the party.
It was like, hooray!
Hi.
Hi everyone. It's
Cheers.
really, really good to have you with us. Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers, 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 cheers.
Party. So,
Oh, I've been waiting all day for that.
It's you, mate.
Cool. Hi. Oh look.
Oh,
Yay!
can I just see we've got some great party outfits.
Oh, wow, look at that. Oh,
I've got me sparkly
We've got
scarves
sparkly
with bits on. I've got me lights. I've got me battery pack.
is that Fred?
Yeah.
It's really great
I
to
don't
see
think he's in the
you.
call.
Hi
Is that
guys.
Lucy?
Really lovely to have. Oh, here's Anne.
Here's Miss Curtis.
Love the hat. That's
She found a
brilliant.
frock by the looks of it.
Wonderful. You all look lovely.
So it's really, really great to have you all with us. So thank you very, very much for joining us this evening, because we have been so excited about this launch, about our online membership that lovely Lucy here has been
With the assistance
of.
of Beth and Ju and all the content from Deb. So I would say all of us, actually, but carry on.
Yeah, but you put it together.
Yeah, you have put it together. So yeah, there's been a lot of hard work gone into launching this membership, and we're really, really excited about it. And obviously we're all about having fun, enjoying yourself, having parties, but during tonight we are going to stop just a few times and take a minute and kind of look at why is it we're doing this. You know, why have we put all this work into this membership? You know, what is behind all this? And these principles, this inside out understanding that we all share, you know, how much it's changed our lives and what it's done for us. Because although it may sound as if sometimes we're a little bit flippant and having fun, we all don't know what it's like to be in dark places in our lives. We know what it's like to struggle. We know what it's like to not feel good enough, you know, hurt in both physical and mental ways. And this understanding, the reason that we do everything we do is because of how much impact this understanding has had on us. It's life-changing, and we want to get it out into the world, and we want to get as many people as possible being mentally healthy, happy, and enjoying their life and partying.
Yeah, what she said.
So that's what's behind it. So it's really, really great to have you with us tonight and have you joining in. So we have got lots of competitions. That's one of the things we've got going on tonight, because we would really love to have some people. You know, we've made the membership live this afternoon, so it's all ready. So it would be really, really great to have some people on there. So we thought tonight we would have some really, really good giveaways. And the girls had all these ideas of what we were going to do, and then I just got into party mood and said, no, we'll go a bit more wild than that, we'll give away a bit more.
Yeah,
She did.
Yeah.
She went wild.
Beck with her spreadsheets, you know, with everything written in right, had to make a few adjustments, but that's okay. So our first competition.
Who's that that's just joined? Sorry,
Karina! Hi Karina! Good to have you with us! So shall we just get Ju straight on doing the first
Do you want
competition?
to share a little bit about what the prizes are?
Oh,
first,
yes,
so people
tell
are
us what the
inspired
prizes
to
are.
join in.
Okay.
Yes, yes. So I can't remember which we said was for what now, but never mind.
Just start at the top and work. No, start at the bottom.
You'll get what
work
you're given, and that's it.
And be grateful. Yeah, you know, everybody's saying practice being grateful. So so the prizes that we've got going on this evening. Oh, hi, good to see you, Rachel. You said you're going to come party with us.
I'm waiting.
Yeah, they're coming there.
Yeah, we're actually
We've
we've got this whole amazing setup going on in this room, and I don't quite know who
Very
I'm talking to or what's quite going on. It's much more technical than we normally have going on. But anyway, so the prizes. We're going to have one giveaway of 3 months free in the membership, and we're going to have one giveaway of 6 months free on the membership, and we're going to have one giveaway of 12 months
free on the membership.
Ooh, you definitely have gone wild.
I know.
I'm taking this glass off you.
Bubbly's gone to her head.
Yeah, they were
Giving
saying
away
a month.
everything.
You know,
Yeah.
each competition would give away a month free in the membership, and I was like, no.
Left her alone for 10 minutes.
And I was like, no, we've got to do more than that. We've got to do more. So that, and Lucy is going to tell you a little bit more later on about what things are in the membership and what kind of things will be available. But one of the things I wanted to say as well is we've already got absolutely stacks of stuff in there, but we are going to have, there's going to be new content added in there. What is in this glass?
Yeah, I'm taking that. Maybe you're the wrong one.
I don't ever drink alcohol, so goodness sake, no. Yeah, there's going to be regular new content added in there, and very much we would be really interested in your feedback for what you would like in there. We've put what we think, you know, a really good starter, but if there's something in your life, something you want a video around, something you want a course around, you know, if you feedback to us, you tell us what you want, you tell us what would make sense for you, and we'll do it. So there. So do you want to
The first competition.
Yes.
Yeah, Julie. I'm going to hand over to Julie. I'm going to shut up and just drink my bubbly now.
So the first competition is, it's about what you've got on tonight. I can see there's quite a few people there have made a really good effort to dress up. Yeah, I put a sparkly top on. But you might
My
see
scarf
some
is sparkly.
yeah,
but
just
I
a
have
bit
to...
more of an effort than I am. And for me, dressing up and feeling good because you look good and you feel good, and the principles basically, because when we get dressed up, we put our makeup on, we take it for granted that that's what's making us feel good. And I know there's a lot of people who wear makeup in order to hide themselves too. So when you see someone all dolled up, you know, and looking really good, you get this impression that they're probably really, really happy all the time, and they always look glamorous all the time. But very often, doing all that sort of thing can hide what they're really feeling. So it's really, really brilliant to know the principles and to know that whatever you're feeling is only coming from your thoughts. And it's nice to dress up, and it's nice to put makeup on, but it's nice to know that when you do that, it's not because you need to mask anything, and that you need to feel good. It's good to do that because that's what you want to do, and it's for you. So, you know, okay, look, I can see you've made an effort. I hope it's all done in the same spirit as we intended it to be. You will look amazing. So we're going to have a good old look and choose one tonight that looks the best. And are we going to say what they're going to win for this first competition, or is it going to be the 3 months, or is it going to be the 6 months,
or a surprise at the end?
A surprise at the
Yeah,
end.
I think we'll
I'll
surprise
probably
you at
end
the
up just
end.
saying everything.
No, bring it in depth. Well, yeah, I think at the end we'll announce the winners and what membership they
Okay,
won.
so we'll
Can I
sorry.
just check? I'm not sure from what we can see on here if we're seeing everyone that's online. How many people have got online, Andrew? 10.
Right.
3, 4, 5.
Deborah Simmons is on that.
No, so I don't think we can see everyone.
We
can't see
everyone.
everybody.
No, there's another screen on there.
Oh,
1 second,
yeah,
everyone.
more people.
Oh, we can
Oh,
see a few
yeah.
more people now.
Oh, there's more people here.
Oh,
This is
that's
great.
fantastic. We're just going to have a good old look at you all. And
So
see
you'll
what
have to
can't
put your
see.
cameras on for a minute here, guys. Anyone that's hiding.
Can we
Yeah.
turn around a bit so we can see?
Put your cameras on.
Yeah,
or-
so if you want to enter this competition as the best dressed party attendee,
Can I
turn
see
your cameras on
Catwoman? Is
now.
Catwoman there?
Yeah, I
I
think
think we've got a couple of cats.
Yeah,
Wow,
looks
brilliant.
like we have got
I
a
love
couple.
this
Oh,
party.
here's somebody else.
That's amazing. Thanks ever so much. That's really
Oh,
good.
wow.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Effort that people have made is just amazing.
Excellent.
Fantastic.
Well
so
done.
that gives us something to go on. So we'll be watching you over the course of the evening and
Yeah.
see who's going to win at
And
the
we'll
end of the
decide
night.
which has got the best.
Yeah.
made the most effort and looks amazing.
What a great competition.
Yeah,
That was fun. I want to win it.
Right, Lucy with the lights.
Lucy's wearing lights.
Lucy
around
is the
her neck.
lit lady.
Christmas
this
tree
evening.
lights.
Yeah, Lucy's a Christmas tree. Because it's right what you were saying, Julie. There is a whole industry, isn't there, that's built around the way we stand, the way we hold ourselves, the clothes that we wear, and it's and like you said, there's absolutely nothing wrong with standing proud, with dressing up, with doing what you want to do.
Yeah.
But it is when we make that mistake and think that our feelings come from the way we're standing.
Yeah.
Our feelings come from the way we look.
Puts a lot of pressure on a lot of young women, especially. Perhaps I shouldn't single them out, but that to look good, or think they look good, and to look a certain way too. It's not just it, and you can see that. Oh yeah, I do it for me, but it does make you wonder sometimes.
Yeah.
I know what I was like when I was younger. Yeah. So.
And it's really good, like when we look in this direction, when we begin to understand where our feelings come from, that kind of puts this misunderstanding right, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
And it certainly made me, I wouldn't be here talking like this, being online, having people be. It was funnily, Julie, when we were just getting ready before we came in, you asked me, didn't you? You said to me.
Do you ever get nervous, Deb?
About doing this kind of thing. And definitely there is an element, I've done it a few times now, so that's taken some of the fear out of it. But absolutely, knowing where my feelings come from has made the difference to me being able to do this kind of thing or not. I would have had a lot of thinking about, my hair is a bit curly and wild, and I can't let anybody see me like that, and it's never quite right. And what if my sister sees this video and she'll think I'm stupid, or what if somebody doesn't think I'm good enough? Definitely I could have, there were times when I had a lot of that type of thinking. And recognizing that I can still have that thinking sometimes, but I don't have to listen to it. I absolutely don't have to let that thinking stop me being out in the world and doing what I love to do.
12 months ago, I started your mentoring program. Well, probably not quite 12 months ago, and you said do a video. And the idea of doing a video just frightened me. And it wasn't a video that anybody was going to even look at, apart from me, and I couldn't even look at it myself. And yet here we are 12 months later, and I'm doing this, and I feel confident. Yeah, I felt a little nervous, but wow, isn't that amazing? You can change your life around. And I haven't really done much to do it either. I've just listened, and understood, and let things happen, and it's been an amazing journey, amazing. So that's why I'm really, really, because I was looking for courses and stuff online, and it was either too expensive, or actually I got onto one membership. I was paying £29 a month, something like that, and I couldn't even understand how to get onto the courses. And I emailed somebody, and it was like, so I just gave up. So that's one of the reasons why I just thought this is really, really affordable, and we just want to get this message out to everybody, and it's just a great way of doing it, isn't it?
Cool.
Yeah, cool.
So, shall we talk a little bit about the membership, and maybe do some screen sharing as well?
Oh my gosh, it's really technical.
This is the technical bit, so keep your fingers crossed for us here.
I'm going to have some peanuts while you do that.
I'm going to disappear off screen and go and share our computer so that you can see what our membership looks like on the computer.
Peanuts while I look at what it looks like.
Lucy's going to talk you through what
it looks like. Talk you through some of the hard work she's been doing.
Yeah. I actually have been doing some hard work. Believe it or not.
She's done also a lot of hair tearing out as well.
Yes, when the computer wasn't doing what it should.
Oh, look, it's come on the thing. Oh, look at that. Ignite your inner sparkle, guys. Yay. Woo.
So, the membership we decided to call Ignite Your Inner Sparkle, because we like to shine from the inside out, as we teach a lot of our students and our clients at the moment about their inner diamond. So we thought that was a really good, we just liked it. That's the name we come up with that we really liked. So, and we wanted to create, that our mission, a lot of you know our mission is to make North Devon the most mentally healthy place to live and work. But what we wanted to do was create something accessible as well online for people that can't always be with us. We do a lot of physical stuff, as some of you on here already know. We do a lot of meetups together and stuff, but we wanted to package together stuff that was available, well, basically 24/7 for whenever you get your little caught in your thinking moments, as we all do. To be able to just, yeah, to be able to go on and then, you know, read something or listen to something. And we've got lots of courses on there around relationships, money, physical health,
yeah.
parenting. Oh, good, that's come up now. So it's going to remind me of something.
All the things we've struggled with, basically.
Yeah, basically. And then there's also access. We had our conference last year in September, the first conference here in North Devon around mental health, and it was fabulous. We really, really enjoyed it, and it was a really good turnout. So we had that professionally filmed, so we put that on there as a package. We've got loads of free stuff on there that you can just get access to as well. Plenty of videos and things that we've done over the time. And we've put all the courses on as packaged up as a price. But if you join the online membership, it's £12 a month. Or if you win one of our competitions, it's free for a bit. So for £12 a month, you get access to all these, and there's about 13 courses on there, I think. 11,
That's
12,
amazing.
13.
That's really amazing.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on there. And all the courses mainly are, we've done them so that they're available to read and in audio as well. So you can listen or you can read. And there's a few videos here and there in some of them. And basically that's it. And the other thing that I found with this, I'm not the most technical.
Well, you weren't, but I think you know.
But I
You've
found
learned a lot.
yeah, and I found Teachable really, really easy to use from this side of things. And I have, you know, I've been on Teachable before on other people's memberships, and I think from a member's point of view, it is pretty straightforward to use.
User-friendly,
Yeah,
yeah, good.
Yeah, you have been working really hard on this, and when we've asked you to look at, I was trying to do the ebook thing, and you were like, no, I can't do that because it's not Teachable. Teachable's easy. So
yeah. I was like, no. Teachable's easy now, get used to it.
I think it's fairly user friendly.
Yeah, definitely. So I think that's all. I don't know if there's anything else you want to say about the membership, really.
I think maybe just to say that we'll also, there's all those courses currently on there, but we're also planning to continue to put stuff in. So every month there'll be new content, and as we do workshops, conferences, etc., that we film, they'll go in there, and we'll be doing more audios, more videos, more written content. So it's going to be a membership that just keeps growing. So kind of coming in now at £12 a month, what you're going to get already is amazing, but it's just going to keep growing, isn't it? And that for us, that's what this is about, is this conversation just continuing, because for us, that's what's made the difference of being in this conversation all the time. So that's hugely what it's about for us.
And even kind of, I found when doing a lot of the courses and putting them together and editing the stuff and doing the audios, I don't know if you and Beck found, but reading it through it again, reminding ourselves just helps, doesn't it, as well, to keep us in the conversation.
Yeah, the thing is with this kind of thing, and this is definitely something that I have noticed, is when we reread or go back to something, it can almost feel as if it's a different course or a different book or you know, a different video, because as we change, we don't see things as it is, we see things as we are. So as we grow and change and begin to have insights, if we go back and read something again or listen again to something, you will find that you will hear something else. So that's the great thing about you know, having all this available to you as well. Because I've got about 2 or 3 books that I just continually listen to on a loop, and you know, or reread them. I read them again and again, and it's every time I hear them, I hear something new in that book, because my understanding has changed or deepened. What I hear, what I see someone said, changed. So very much, you know, being able to go back and listen again is really great. I really like the idea of being able to go back and hear it or read it or whatever. And it's nice to do it in a different way as well. Like you say, a lot of the stuff is available both in audio and read it.
So
Excellent.
I think we were going to just see now if anyone has any questions about the membership, if we haven't already
Or
told
anything.
you everything, or anything at all.
Anything about
quite open.
the understanding we're sharing.
You'll have to pop your headphones in, Deb.
I've got my headphone. I've got it in the ears.
Oh,
It's
good.
most peculiar. We had
So-
sound issues and things were feeding back. So the only way that we could make it, what was that?
I think Rachel said it looks great on her comment. Thanks, Rachel. So yeah, if anyone's got any questions, we would prefer if you can unmute and say them so that Deb can hear them, or you can write them in the chat and we should be able
Lisa
to
said
read
something.
them. Oh, that's gone. Can you read it out, Andrew? Is that all right?
Can you let us know?
Will you have a membership Facebook page?
Will we have a membership Facebook page?
Good question. We'll get
Great
back to you.
question. No. I think the answer to that is no, because Teachable is everything is in it, so there won't be a need for a Facebook page because you can comment on anything you're reading or watching or listening to in Teachable, and we'll be checking in there regularly to see if people put questions in or comments in. So everything's kind of all in there, and I believe if you comment, everybody else who's in the membership will be able to see those comments as well. So it's a space to build a community without needing to go externally to Facebook.
Definitely, we are open that if it's something people want, as we've said, very much this membership, I want it to be about the people that are in there. It would be really great to build a community within there. So if people are kind of saying, you know what, it would be easier to do something on Facebook, then we're more than happy to have that conversation.
Yeah.
Great question.
Yeah,
Thank you,
that's
Lisa. If anyone does want to unmute, you will be talking in my ear, but you guys will probably be able to hear everything.
Can we look on the other screen again for a minute? So just wanna-
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
Richard's
So
she's
eyeing
gonna
you all up
choose
for your
mine.
outfits as well.
Yeah,
Who's that her?
Oh yeah.
It's right here. Yeah. Okay.
Got it? Just wondered. Just checking you all out, don't mind us. So it doesn't look like anyone's waving desperately to ask us any questions. But we will have some time a bit later on again if there's questions and stuff, or if you put comments in, might refer to our technical guru behind the scenes and see what the questions are.
Oh, is that who it is?
Yes,
Did we?
yeah,
Oh,
there's
look at
another person.
strange man in the corner.
Yeah, we have a technical man of the corner. We couldn't have done this on our own.
We did a little sneaky, actually you lot don't know that. We did a little sneaky behind the scenes video before you started. So we might put that out, you never know.
Oh, it's behind the
Naughty.
scenes.
We were
I think we
videoing
should put it in
trying
membership.
to get technical issues.
Yeah, we were videoing.
Outtakes. behind
Yeah,
the
it was an
scenes.
outtake.
Brilliant. So we could go straight into our next competition if you like, if we've got no questions at the moment. That's you, Deb. Do you know what the competition is?
I've had way too much to drink to know
I
anything.
know. Giddy with excitement.
Yeah, I'm drunk on the atmosphere, I think. Yeah, so any of the questions can also be around the principles, the understanding that we're sharing. So if anyone's got anything about that, the membership about that, you know, that's absolutely fine. So our next competition 2. So have I just got to do this?
Yes. Well, ask the question. Oh, are you going to ask the question first, or are you going to read first?
Well, that's what I didn't know what I was saying. I was trying to stick to the rules back.
Rules and
rules.
So is it all the books?
Yes.
Yes.
But,
Right. So we've only got, why have we not got one of the others?
Because
That's only
it's a
in
Kindle
It's
version.
Kindle.
Oh, it's only
We
in
have
Kindle.
3 books.
So
one of
Because
them's
I've been
only
too
in
busy
Kindle.
That's
making
my-
a membership to make a paperback out of
That's
that.
my electronic book. So we've got 3 books out at the moment. We've got, this is Lucy's.
You hold it up towards the
Oh,
camera
over there. Okay,
Right,
yeah.
that's a bit better.
This is Lucy's book, The Table with No Edge. This is an amazing book that Lucy has written. We've had some absolute great feedback about that. It's so simple. And one of the things that I love about this understanding, one of the things I absolutely love about the principles is their simplicity. And Lucy absolutely strips it back to really simple in this. It's great. And this is actually like a 90-day course that I did. And Lucy very, very kindly put in a lot of work and made it into a book. She corrected all my spellings and put some commas and full stops.
I like doing editing on your stuff, Deb. It's fun.
I write exactly as I speak. You know, there are no full stops, there are no commas, there are no places to take a breath. You just keep talking and talking and talking, and it gets really exciting. I get really excited about the principles.
Just like that.
Yeah.
So Lucy had a huge job kind of making this make
I get all
sense.
the hard work there. You do.
So and then we're all very, very fond of writing poems. I love a little bit of a laugh, and when we've done courses and I've got this coming in my ear making strange noises.
Okay.
Just like you're thinking going on in your head, you can still carry on with it going
You
on.
might be picking up the local police going round passing the car.
It's picking up
Or a sheep.
everything that I'm saying, so I'm
So you're
no.
listening to
what I'm
yourself.
saying in my ear, so which is a little bit off-putting, but you know, I will soldier on. So we're all very, very fond of writing poetry, and you will notice in the membership there is some poems that we've written that were kind of relevant to some of the courses and things we do. So we've got the 3 books. And our second competition is how many book sales have we had? Do you think we've had over all 3 of the books in the last 90 days? Is that true?
Yes.
And we have, well, we don't know. Lucy takes care of this. So Lucy's the only one that knows the answer.
And Andrew.
And we've
Yes.
and we've actually all had a guess today to see what we think. So, because Julie's dying to win
Free
access to the membership, so she was like, I want to enter this competition. So we've all entered this. So how many books between the 3 of them do you think that we have sold over the next 90 days?
Last 90 days.
What? Yeah,
Last 90
We can do
days.
the next if you want.
way too much.
I'm taking that off you,
Can
honestly.
you forecast how many books we might be selling?
So, to repeat the question again, so it's clear, how many books from across all 3 of the books have we sold in the last 90 days? And what we're going to ask you to do is to put your comments. You can go into chat on the side of your Zoom screen, and you can send a private message to who we on as Deborah Simmons. So if you drop your answer in there before about
Our
8:45,
technical guy.
our technical behind the scenes guy is going to keep an eye out for your answers. So if you just pop something in the chat, preferably just to Deborah Simmons, so it's private, so no one else can copy your answer. But if you're happy to share, you can put it to everyone.
Are you getting some answers already?
We will,
I'll give you a clue. You can have as many guesses as you like.
A clue, you don't even know the answer.
Oh no, I don't know the answer, but I'll give you a clue. We're not Michael Neal.
Oh. So we've obviously sold millions then.
We've sold twice as many as
Because there's
Billy
4 of us, so duh.
So that's competition number 2. So get your guesses coming
Get
in.
your guesses coming in,
Have
chaps.
you two chose your person yet?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, it's not ready yet. We're not ready yet. are we?
No, but I'm just
But I'm
saying,
also
I'll write
waiting.
mine down.
To see if anybody else goes off and gets changed to join in with the dress
Right,
competition.
okay.
So
Are
I'm
you
leaving
saying-
it open.
Are you trying to
Is
say
there
some of them
anyone
haven't
there?
made the effort?
I
No,
like
no.
Chris's.
There's also some people that haven't turned their screens on yet.
I
So
just,
we're waiting to see if they do that.
They're warming up.
I want to show you. I want to show you that I've got. Can you see those? Right, I've got my shiny
Jazzy
silver
boots.
boots on. My party
Yeah,
boots.
you can't win this competition, Deb. That would be cheating. So just while you're thinking about how many books you might have sold,
That keeps
Deb's going to read a little bit from Lucy's book, I think.
Do you want to read this? Because when I read it, it's coming in my ear, and it's really
What do you-
weird when I'm speaking.
What would you like? Which bit?
I was just going to read this, but you can pick a bit.
Oh,
I
okay,
just
yeah.
picked that.
Okay, I'll read from Lucy's book then. So this is about
just going to put my back.
2/3 of the way through. The 3 principles are pointing to the truth inside us all that we have forgotten about. Forgotten that we are these amazing, unique, spiritual beings enjoying our human life experiences, which we innocently create via the power of thought. All too easily, we have covered this truth over with our negative thinking, hence blaming others for our feeling. Mind, thought, and consciousness work together behind the scenes, creating our experience of life. My personal favourite metaphor to explain how they work together is likening them to an old cinema projector. It's a lot easier to draw this out, but I'll do my best trying to explain. Mind, the intelligence behind all things in life, or as I like to say, the main source of connection, or the power source. If I was drawing it, it would be a plug socket where I plug in the projector. Thought, the power to create our reality moment to moment. And for the purpose of this drawing, thought comes into play as the old film reel. So again, try to imagine reels and reels of film, each one producing a different scene, i.e. a horror film, a romantic film, a comedy. Consciousness, our thoughts brought to life. Consciousness is like the light that shines on the film reel and projects the image onto the screen, bringing the film to life, whether that be a horror, romance, or comedy. I hope you're following me so far, because once we grasp this on a deep level, through insight and not intellect, then this is when we will begin to notice a change in our quality of thinking. The byproduct of the insight is a new quality or lease of life.
Did I write that?
You read that? Yeah, that's really good. I like that.
Brilliant. That's brilliant.
So that's a little sample from Lou's book. So you can see how good it is. So that might give you some ideas as to how many we've sold.
Have we had some answers in there, Andrew?
Yes.
Oh,
cool.
exciting. We've got people entering our
We've got
competition.
7 answers so far.
Woohoo! That's exciting. So if anyone on there hasn't had a guess, you know,
There's still time. We'll probably announce winners towards the end, so you can get your answers in by about 8:45. You're still in with a chance. Whew, so that's competition 2.
I mean, we're racing along here.
We're
Go ahead.
racing through this, aren't we? I know. Eek. That's all right. We're gonna.
We should add in another competition. Guess how many fruit pastels? Or
how many fruit pastels are in the. We might do that. We'll see. We'll see how it goes, shall we?
Yeah, I love
If
giving
Deb's
this away.
feeling, yeah.
Yeah.
We're just gonna keep giving our membership.
I think
away.
we should give everybody who's at the
Will and Deb.
What? I said I think we should give everybody who's come to the party a free.
We'll end up paying them
membership.
to come to the membership.
So what? That's
Surprise
all about
me.
it. We've just finished our mini webinars, and we're all, you know, Beck was doing all the money to this afternoon. And we were all in the other room, and Beck was in the office, and all of a sudden we heard whoop, whoop, whoop. And we were like, what's going on? What's she done?
She's laid an egg.
I've just, you know, created some more money in the bank account, as you do. That's how it works. Money flows in, money flows out, money flows in,
Let
money
it
flows
flow,
out.
let it flow.
It is
let
all
it
about the
flow.
flow, isn't it? So
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
we absolutely
Which doesn't
need
already
to
guess.
keep the flow.
You can have as many guesses as you like.
Really?
Excuse me.
I'll just start.
You'll keep Andrew busy in the background, keeping a note of what people are saying. But yeah, you can have as many guesses as you like. Start from 1 and work your way up.
Oh no!
Andrew,
Oh,
just
dear.
furiously scribbling away now.
That'd be hilarious.
Maybe we should have limited it.
You can have 3.
We are limitless.
We are
We are
limitless.
limitless. That's our point.
Fine, absolutely fine. All about the fun.
So while you're all kind of thinking how many guesses you want to have, I think we were going to talk a little bit about we've already talked about this a bit, but I think a bit more about why we're actually doing the membership. And like as Deb was saying earlier, we have oodles of fun, as you can probably tell.
We do.
But we've all kind of, in our own way, we've come to this understanding and these principles because we didn't used to have fun and we struggled a lot in our own ways in different areas for different things that were going through our head. And this membership for us is just hugely about sharing why it doesn't have to be that way.
Yeah, there's quite a bit in the membership around relationships, because I know some of you know this, but my personal story was how much I messed up in my life around relationships. That was kind of where I really got into a mess. I was in what people call a weird thing in my ear. People call an abusive relationship for a long time, over 20 years. And I really thought in those days that my feelings were coming from what he was doing. And I completely lost sight of who I am, who I was. And our business, the name Dare to Be You, has come from that. Because what I can see is when I came out of that relationship and began to get to know myself, just on a very surface level at first, you know, what sort of things I like, what colours I like, what food I like to eat. I'd lost all that. When we get into those places, we lose a sense of who we are. So when I began to see that about myself and began to like myself a little bit, because there were years and years where I really hated myself. And kind of coming from there and beginning to like who I was. And then I came across the principles, and that journey just carried on and deepened. And I began to see that there was something more to me than just what colour I like and what food I like. I began to find out about the truth of me, the deeper truth of who I am. So Dare to Be You, to me, kind of covers it all. If you're just in that place where you're just scared of life, scared of who you are, and you know you're really struggling and suffering, then a good first step is just to begin to get a sense of who this human being is, who you are. Get that back, and then you know we can go as deep as you like. Then we can keep going as far as you want to go, and you know finding out the deeper truth of who you are. And there is no end to that exploration. That's kind of what we find. We just, however many insights you have, there's always more to see. There's always more to learn. So, you know, so what else for anyone else? What does anyone else want to share a little bit about what's going on for them? Why they're here doing this?
Yeah, I think I've been looking for something for a long time, and I actually didn't know what it was. And yeah, I mean, at the time when I first come across Deb and the meetups that you used to do, I was definitely, you know, in a place of anxiety over a certain thing, and I'd got myself into a pickle, and life wasn't very nice. I'd had this diagnosis of rheumatoid arthritis, and so yeah, I was in a bit of a pickle. But generally, looking back, I thought I'd had a fairly happy childhood, and I'd sort of had a fairly happy first marriage. And then it was in one of your workshops, and it was actually called Dare to Be You, and it was at the library.
I remember it.
Yeah, at Barnstable. And just listening to you, and I just went, oh my God, I could just be who I want to be. And I hadn't realised how much of my physical pains and stuff like that, and how much I'd been holding in, and how much I just wasn't being me, and how much I was doing things because I thought I ought to, and how that was really impacting on my mental health and my physical health. And as time's gone on since then, I could just, even now, when I had a meltdown, didn't I? Was it the other day before yesterday? Thank you, Mr. Bank Manager. You made me feel terrible. It didn't take me long to jump out of that one. I think, no, my bank manager does not make me feel terrible. But you know, I just felt the effects of that. I felt, you know, oh God, this is I don't want to be like this anymore, and I don't have to be like this anymore. Just knowing that all that is just coming from thought, and I don't have to do anything about my bank manager, because no matter what he's saying, what he's doing, life will just do life, no matter whether I worry about it, complain about it, argue about it, you know. And it just makes life so much easier. And every day, almost every day now, that you know, there's new stuff coming up for me. I can see where I just wasn't being me, and it's I keep it in the conversation. I'm just so glad I work with you guys, because it is about, you know, just being constantly reminded
it helps so much.
It does. But at the same time, because we saw a client today, didn't we?
Yeah.
And in some ways, you know, we're working with this client trying to help her with her confidence and stuff like that. And we're thinking we've got to tell her about the principles she's got. But actually, she doesn't even have to know about the principles, because we can talk to her in a way that just points her to her innate health and well-being, and that inner sparkle that we're talking about. And so long as she gets that, and she said to us today, it's just making an amazing difference to her.
Yeah.
In her everyday life.
She said a lot of people have commented.
Yeah.
She could see a difference in herself.
You know, and then we got caught up with the idea. No, she doesn't know about the principles yet. Actually, doesn't have to know about the principles.
We did get caught up, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, and we realised, you know, what we're doing. So it's just.
There's
brilliant.
nothing better, is there, than when you get feedback, when somebody has had an insight, and they're all excited about their insight they've had. It kind of just makes me want to dance and sing when someone is.
Makes me want to cry.
There is someone, and that person knows who they are, whether they'll watch the recording or whatever, who had an insight today. And was messaging me, and it was just, I was so excited and so thrilled for them that they had this, you know, that this, and it just points towards the ability that every human being has to see this, to see something more for yourself. And you know, all our stories and everything that we share, this isn't about one person. This isn't about somebody knowing something better than you, knowing something more than you. This is all about pointing you to something that you already have inside you. You know, this isn't something, none of us can give you something. You've already got this. And it's, you know, pointing you towards that so that you see it. And those insights, like you're talking about that moment with your client and this lovely, amazing, beautiful, fabulous lady today. It was just so, I was really excited.
Yes, I was sat next to you. Very excited. I think, like, for me, the whole membership, when I first started talking to Deb about, she started talking to me about the principles, I started listening to her about the principles, because I had a whole host of stuff going on for me, and it was all kind of an insecurity thing, and looking for stuff from outside of me that made me feel better, and I got into a right royal mess. And anyone that's kind of been around me for a little while will kind of know how much of a mess I got into. And so Deb was kind of sharing the principles with me, and from the get-go she was talking about doing a membership. She kept saying, the thing I really want to do is a membership. I can really see it, like literally I can really see how a membership could be so helpful. And the very first thing she did about that was a 90-day course that Lucy and I were on, and about 8 other people. And that was kind of her first run at it, was I'm going to do 90 days where I send you guys an email every day with something in it. And there was videos, and there was audios, and there was written stuff, and there was challenges. And it was during those 90 days that I had my big, really big insight, and something huge changed for me. And it was partly the being in the conversation for 90 consecutive days, and partly there was something in the way Deb spoke about what she'd seen and around her situation that just really resonated for me. And so that, for me, is why this membership is so key, because I can see how much of a massive impact it can have to just be in this conversation bit by bit by bit. And that just hearing Deb talk for about the last 4 or 5 years, I'm going to have a membership and I'm going to do this and it's going to be the right, you know, and people are going to benefit. And here we are, finally at launch day. It's been worth the wait, I know that.
And there are some people on this call tonight who kind of, in my past, I've had a few attempts at this that really fell flat and did, you know, I didn't do it, and it was like, oh gosh. So those of you that have been with me and helped me with that, you know who you are. Thank you very, very much. And now kind of having these guys, having this team behind me, having these people, you know, the support that they give me, and Lucy with all the work that she's done putting the stuff, you know, the way she edits the books and does things like that.
I just love creating though. That's probably brings me onto a bit of my story. Is the whole, I didn't have massive confidence in myself before. So doing this membership has given me confidence actually as well, to see that I am quite good at creating stuff, and I've just really enjoyed it. It's like when we first started this business, I was a bit like, oh, I don't really know what I'm doing, and then for me doing that, giving me something to do that I really enjoy, it's kind of made me even more like come out of myself and be more creative and even more confident than to start with. So basically, and like all these guys said, from reading stuff every day and being able to listen to it and stuff, it's just so helpful to keep you in that place of remembering the truth of who you are. So
it's like our client today, she said she got really, really down in the week, and what did she do? She picked up the Dare to Be You book and read it.
She did.
And that it was just I thought that was just your wisdom, you know. It was just, and she just read a bit, you know. She's come back.
Just that it helped her, yeah.
It really helped. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
Can I have a top up?
Oh yeah, we should all have party top up time. Well, it might be a sweet
top
time
up your glasses, guys.
Has anybody else got peanuts?
I hope you've got your party nibbles.
Party nibbles.
So,
Oh, you moved on to the sweets.
Oh, I'm going for sweets now.
I'm still on peanut.
I'm wondering
What are you drinking, Fred? Sorry.
I was going to say,
yeah.
what have you got, Fred?
Everybody hold your glasses up if you
Yeah.
got some.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, everybody.
To the membership. Yay! To insights. To what we see moving forward.
Hey, what's Fred got?
Oh,
Otter.
go on, Ellie.
Yeah, record dealing.
Yeah.
Oh God, he looks so different with a hat on.
Yeah. It looks Swedish.
I didn't recognise you with your clothes. I mean, hat on.
Phew, it's
Sorry.
not that kind of membership.
Yeah, sorry.
So, I wondered about whether we should see if anyone's got any questions at this point in time, since we've waffled on for quite a while.
Oh, you know me.
So,
I can always talk.
Either wave your hand, unmute yourself, or pop it in the chat
Is
box.
Fred waving his hand, or is he?
I think he's turning his light. Oh, Lisa M has just got water because it's a school night.
Oh, Lisa.
I mostly just drink water, so
Yeah.
I'm with you on that one.
I've got water now.
I just take it all for the team.
Is anyone waving their hand? I'm just gonna.
Nobody waving.
No. I want to hear
No
some
one's
numbers
got
of
any
the guesses of the
questions.
book. Numbers.
Oh,
Yeah.
we can't do that yet.
We can 3,500.
What,
3,000, one of the
Whoa.
answers, 3,500.
One of our guesses is 3,500.
I wish. I wish.
How do you know?
Was that
Maybe
how-
it is.
Will it
Yeah,
find
we don't know the answer.
If so, I've been pocketing the
I was
money.
gonna
So we've had a few answers in on that one. Deb, do you want to talk a little bit about the offers we are going to make for anyone that maybe doesn't win a competition prize?
Yes,
This
I
was
would
your
love to,
little-
but I can't remember.
Oh, Deb had a little brainwave this morning. Clearly, she can't remember it right now. So I'll tell you what it was. Because we are so excited about this
typical,
membership
isn't it?
and we want to get as many people involved as we can. What we kind of decided was there's 3 competitions tonight, so there's one more coming up soon. So in theory, unless Deb gets super enthusiastic, there'll be 3 winners. But what we wanted to do on top
Come
of
on,
that
guys.
was-
You all want to be all win.
we wanted to make some offers as well. So what we're going to suggest is that anyone that is on our mailing list will receive offers in the next couple of days for signing up to the membership. So some of you might already be on the mailing list, which is maybe why you know about this and are here tonight. But if you're not, you can go and sign up to the mailing list on our website, daretobeU.co.uk. And anyone that is on the mailing list in the next couple of days will be offered the opportunity to join the membership at a very, very reduced rate. What are we doing, Deb? What's the actual offer we're going to make?
Yeah, maybe.
So the membership,
I'm
the
not good at maths.
Oh, okay. The full membership is £12 a month. If you sign up for 12 months on the website, it's set up as £120, so you get a small discount for signing up for 12 months in advance. But for anyone that's on our mailing list in the next couple of days, we're going to do a super duper offer of £50 for 12 months.
Yeah,
Is that right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Got
yeah.
it right.
Yeah.
So yeah, sign up to our mailing list if you're not already on there, and look out for those offers.
Got a question?
I think we've got a
Sorry.
question. Can you? I can't see it. Can you shout it out?
I was wondering if there's a plan to talk about people dealing with terminal illness in the membership.
Okay, so that was, we're wondering if there's a plan to talk about people with terminal illness within the membership. Anyone want to take that?
Anyone else want to say anything?
No, go on, say what you're going to say then. See what you're saying, then I'll say something.
Well, absolutely. Tonight, this party and the first people that come and join the membership, we've already got some content ready. You know, we know what we're going to add next. But what we would really love is your input of what you would like in there, what would be helpful. Because we've very much started with the places where we struggled the most, because that made sense. But you know, whatever you would like us to share, if you give us feedback for what you want. So basically, if that is what you want, then yes, that's what will be in there.
Yeah.
And we often talk to other people. I know some of you have been on our Lovely People webinar. Tonight would have been the Lovely People webinar. So we do speak to other people as well. You know, we're going to go out into this community. We're doing a conference. I can't tell you how off-putting it is.
Take it out of your ear for a minute.
Take it out my ear. That's better. That's better. Yeah. So we've got a conference coming up in November, and we've got amazing speakers coming to that conference. And one of the things that I'm going to ask all of them to do is do something for this membership, have conversations. So it won't just be the input from us and what we know. You know, you're going to get input from other people as well in the membership. And so if you want to hear, you know, what we feel and what other people have seen around terminal illness, then absolutely yes, that will be something that's in the membership. So I hope that answers the question. Have we got any other questions there, Andrew? Okay, well. So if anyone wants to ask any more questions, please feel free to do so. You know, either about the membership, about anything tonight, about us, or you know, about this understanding. If there's something, if you're fairly new to this, or even if you've been around it forever, and there's something, you know, we can have questions.
We can. And also, just to say, if you kind of go after this webinar, if you go away and you think of something you want to ask, we're extremely accessible and flexible.
Oh yeah.
So there's plenty of ways to be in touch with us. So if you suddenly think of something,
Bit of yoga.
It's the yoga.
yeah, we do yoga. If you like me and you wake up in the middle of the night and think, I should have asked that question, there's plenty of ways to get in touch with us. So if you're connected with us on Facebook, just drop any of us a message. We have an email address, which is dare, the number 2, the letter B and the letter U @gmx.co.uk. We have the website, you can contact us through there, which is dare2bu.co.uk. Any other way?
Facebook. DeborahSimmons.co.uk.
Yeah, the Facebook page. But yeah, it's very easy to find us. We don't hide.
No, we're not going to hide it.
We're visible. So, and yeah, please be in touch with us. We like questions. We like this conversation, as you can probably tell.
Yeah, we do.
So I wonder whether it's time to bring in competition number 3.
Oh, this is where we've got to act.
Which one are we doing?
Oh,
Top one.
yeah. What is it?
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that's great.
This competition.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to share a fact with you that is true about one of us, but we're all going to share it
As if
we're
it was
going to
true,
take it in turns to share the fact, and then you have to guess which one of us it is true.
telling the truth.
Yeah, who's telling the truth?
Who's being
And
authentic
before-
here?
And before you ask, Chris, you're only allowed one guess at this.
Oh,
I've already worked out.
Have you?
I've already worked
you
it
have
out.
4 guesses. I haven't.
Worked out what?
If you have 4 guesses, they
You'll
could
get it
guess all
right.
of them. Get it right.
So you're allowed one guess for this game, okay?
Just the one.
I need a calculator for that.
So we're going to share a fact, yes, that's true for one of us. So who would like to go first? You go first, Jill.
can go
Move our way down the line.
Well, before we came in tonight, we had some nibbles. Before we had the nibbles, we had some nibbly tea. And I bought my favourite thing, and it was the potato skins that you get, ready-made potato skins with lovely cheese on the top. And there was 5 of us for tea, and there was 6 potato skins. And I was watching very carefully. And the fact is, I ate the last potato skin tonight. And I sort of wangled it, really, because I did the cooking, and I sort of, that was the way so it was me. I did it. I ate it.
But those of you that know me very well will know that I used to always go to Pizza Hut, and my favourite thing ever was potato skins. And I was the one that was round the table tonight and said, "Can I have the last potato skin, please?"
Well, it's all very good what they're saying about the last potato skin, but before the party, I got really, really excited, and we all had a potato skin each on our plate to start with, and then we were just chatting around the table, and without even noticing, I picked up the last potato skin, and I'd taken a bite of it, and then Julie said to me, "Oh, that was the last one," and I was like, "Oh my gosh, does anyone else want it?" But I'd already bitten it, so it was actually me. I ate the last potato skin tonight.
Love your stories, guys.
We're good at making up stories, apparently.
Stories, that's what this was leading to.
So anyone that knows me will know that Lucy and I are sisters, and as she pointed out, we went to Pizza Hut. Pizza is one of my favourite foods. So growing up, we went to Pizza a lot, and they do potato skins. I was quite fussy as a child, so I didn't particularly like potato skins as a kid. But as I've gotten older, and as I've seen through my thinking, I've really started to love food, and I mean love food. And potato skins are one of my favourite things now, not least because they come with lots of cheese on the top. So regardless of what they all say, I picked up the last potato skin and scoffed the butter.
It was me, guys.
So over to you lot. Who had the last potato skin?
I'm Julie.
One answer. So you
I'm Julie.
So yeah, throw your answers into the chat, and Andrew behind the scenes will keep an eye on your answers as they come through.
I think that competition leads us really, really nicely into talking a little bit about one of the things that as human beings we're really, really good at doing, and that is telling stories. Our thinking makes up stories about us, and one of the ways that I can see that I really, really, really got into trouble. Sorry. Carry on. Oh, I haven't done that yet. I need to do that in a minute. Sorry, guys.
That's a prime example of getting distracted by your thinking.
Prime example. Yeah, and I can remember some of the stories that I made up about myself, and I didn't realise that they were stories that I'd made up. I started to believe that the thinking that I was having about who I was, what I was capable of, and more so than that, what I wasn't capable of. And I don't know about anyone else here, how often have you fallen for a story that your thinking has told you? And I'm sure tonight when you were watching all of us talk about who had eaten that potato skin, I bet it was quite difficult to see. We're good at making our thinking. It can do this. It's really capable of doing this very convincingly. That's kind of what our thinking does. It doesn't sort of say, "Oh, I'm the one having you on." This is it. Thinking comes in and says, I'm the one telling the truth. It's me. This is true. This is real about you. And if you don't listen to me, you could end up in trouble. You're not good enough. Listen to that, and don't put yourself out there. Don't live a full life, or whatever it is. Our thinking is as convincing as we all were. To be honest, I was listening there and I was thinking, "Oh my gosh, I know, I know who did this. I know it was me." And I was sitting there thinking, "Wow, you're really impressed. I'm really impressed."
Yeah, it's funny how our stories just come out of nowhere. completely in that story, and whether it's a potato skin story or something else entirely, and you're just there, and you don't even know where it's come from. All you know is what you're feeling in that moment, and knowing that those feelings come from thought, and that thought isn't truth, is just, that's freedom. Absolutely. And that's what we're wanting to do. Everything to do with the membership and these crazy parties that we have online and all the other fun stuff that we do.
So what I'm going to say to you is, you don't have to listen to all the stories that these guys told. You only have to listen to the truth, and that's me.
And that's exactly what thought does.
Yeah.
Thought sits there and says, no, you don't have to listen to your wisdom, you don't have to know the truth about yourself. I'm true, I'm a thought, so I'm true, listen to me. Just like Dad did.
And it's very persuasive, you know, when we have thinking like that, you know, when our thinking tells us stuff. I mean, most of the time, I know a lot of the problems that I had, I wasn't even aware that it was anything to do with my thinking. You know, I wasn't kind of aware that I was having thoughts that were sort of saying I wasn't good enough. I just, because that was what was going around in my head, I just thought that was a truth. I just thought I genuinely wasn't good enough. There was something wrong with me. There was something different about me. And our thinking, when it does this to us, when it goes on one in our mind and starts to tell us that we're different, we're the odd one out, that causes us to have a real feeling of separation. And because the deeper truth about us is that we're one, we are all connected, just like the internet that we're using tonight. You know, we're connected in amazing ways. And when our thinking tells us that we're separate, that we're the odd one out, we're different, and that really, really feels real and true to us, that's one of the ways that I've seen we get into trouble, because it really feels true. You know, when our thinking does that, it is as convincing as we all were tonight. Hopefully. Maybe they've just got it right. Maybe they saw through the bottom.
It will be.
And did you know do you remember who got the answer?
Oh yeah.
So
We know the answer.
It's actually on the board in front
Oh,
of us.
that's
We can see it if we need it. Yeah, because we believed our own thoughts as well. How are we getting on with the competition, Andrew? Two correct answers.
Two people have got it right.
So
what's this for
this last competition?
this last one? Oh, I say.
So with the two that so far have got it right, we could do a tiebreaker.
I think they could both win, but we could do the tiebreak just for the
Can
fun
we
of
do
it.
the tiebreak?
What I was going to say is we've still got a little bit more time, so we could do one of the other ones.
One of the other tiebreakers, which is the next one.
Yeah, and see.
Well,
if
oh,
someone
yeah,
else
that
might
one.
Oh,
win.
and maybe if we get another winner, then we could give people away another one. Let's just
Yeah,
do
Deb
that.
wants to give some more membership away.
Yeah, I
So
love
it
it.
looks like we're going to do another competition.
Right.
So we've got. Shall we say who was right, or shall we keep it?
No,
Oh,
wait until to the
we
end.
announce at the end.
Oh, okay.
Put my foot down. It's my membership. No, not really.
What's the next? Oh,
So
okay.
can you see what the next one is? So we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to tell you a fact that's true about one of us, and you've got to guess which one of us it is. So shall I
start from the other end?
Yeah,
shall I
from
start
now.
this
Just like
time?
to say that. Isn't it funny? We're all thinking
Oh,
Isn't it?
it's like we're connected or
it's always
something.
like
isn't it?
connected.
Yeah. So I mentioned earlier that I was quite insecure, and I often looked for love outside of myself. And I used to think that was because I went to an all-girls school. And so I wasn't used to being around men, and so as I grew up I was insecure around men. I didn't know how to talk to them. I was quite shy, and when I did talk to them I thought, oh, they're never going to like me. And to my mind that all came from the fact that I went to an all-girls school, and I hated it. I really hated being at this all-girls school, and as I grew up I really connected the fact that I went there to some of the insecure thinking I was having around relationships and men. But thankfully, I got past that. Now I know that was thought, not the fact that I went to an all-girls school.
That sounds really convincing that it was you.
Well, it was.
But
Can't be.
yeah, she's not telling the truth. It was me. I was the one. I went to an all-girls school. My sister went there first, and it was something that my mum and dad wanted us to do, and I don't even really know why. My brother went to an all-boys school, and so my mum and dad found this all-girls school that me and my sister were going to go to. And it was quite a way from where we lived, so I had quite a bus journey every day to get to this school. And yeah, I didn't really like being at an all-girls school at all, because, you know, not having any boys to
My story, didn't you?
No, that bit was true. That bit was actually true. I got on when I was at junior school. I actually got on with the boys a lot better than I got on with the girls, and so I really missed the boys being, you know, around when I went to senior school. I really missed that, and it was only as I grew up, and like now, I have a lot of women friends.
She tells a good story, doesn't she?
And I absolutely love hanging out with my girlfriends and my women friends. But yeah, I didn't really enjoy being at an all-girls school. I wanted to hang out with boys a bit more.
Well, obviously, you know what I'm going to say. We all know that I'm the one that likes the women. So doesn't it make sense where that came from?
Oh,
If
yeah,
I went to an all-girls school,
makes you.
what choice did I have? You know? So I went to an all-girls school up in Coventry, where we lived. That's my story, and now it just, you know me, I keep it simple, and there's nothing more to say. It's obvious. I like my women. I liked them then, and I like them now.
So that's why you met that.
Yeah.
And that's what
I never
going
knew. That's not a very convincing story. None of you, not really, because it was me that went to an all-girls school. And what happened was, I had 4 brothers, and during my time at school, in the junior school, I tended to get on better with boys than girls. And my mum always wanted me to be a girly girl. She was always dressing me up and doing stuff like that. And all my brothers passed. I don't know if anybody remembers the grammar school, but all my older brothers, there were 4 older brothers, and they all passed to go to grammar school. The 11 plus.
Oh, I remember it well.
So that was going to be problem solved. Julie will pass her 11 plus, and she will go to Worcester Royal Grammar School for girls, you see. And I bloody failed, didn't I? I failed. So, and part of that was because I believed that nobody wasn't going to listen to me, and I just didn't believe in myself. I can see now I just never believed in myself. I felt like the odd one out. So I think the intention was that if I went to a girls' school, I'd get on with girls, and I'd have a rounded childhood. So I ended up going to a church all-girls school.
Wow,
that's how I ended up going.
Pretty convincing, isn't she?
Well, it's because it's true.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was really Andrew that went to the
It was our technician man. Do you want to give it a go, Andrew?
The thing is, it didn't work.
Well,
No, I
just not a girl.
because it was, you know, it just didn't work. I didn't get on any better with girls just because I was with them 24/7 than any other time.
Well, you can
But
stop now, Julie,
Obviously
because none
not,
of it's
because
true.
obviously
I know.
I got on
Don't
well with
believe
girls.
you. So I'll give you a heads up. It's actually me that went to the all-girls school, but you know, fairly
That's how I managed
Wasn't
you
it
not
me?
so damn
Was
well.
it?
So, pop your guesses in the chat again, and Andrew's keeping an eye on who's guessing. Which one of us went to an
Deb, you need to make your,
all-girls school? Can't even speak
Oh.
properly.
what do I need to
decision?
do? What
And
am I
Deb's
doing?
going to do
I need
her.
to put my glasses on and have a look at everybody again.
We're going to have a
First
job to
competition.
announce the winners until we've decided.
Until you've decided who the winner is.
Can't see
So we're
what
just going to
people's
make
names
one
are.
last judgment. One last
Oh.
judgment of
Do
everyone's
you
outfits.
want Andrew to do all of
Oh, right, okay. I don't know.
I don't know.
Just reading that.
Yeah.
Read one.
Wait till she's doing
Oh. Hmm.
We got some answers coming in on that one, Andrew.
Have I got to do it on here? Yeah.
Cool.
Has anyone got it right yet, Andrew?
One goes.
I can't see what.
Ooh.
Oh, we're going to have so many winners tonight. It's so exciting.
I know. It's fun, isn't it?
Okay, cool.
I haven't spelled the name wrong.
So keep your
What do we
guesses
do with
coming
these
in
then?
then.
We're going to get Andrew to pick one out.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just going to pick the winner for the best dress on first come. Oh, yes, he did sign up for that. Sorry.
That's true. Don't be
Technical
difficult.
guru, pick out of the winner. That was your job title. So, where
He was
are we
promised
up
that
to?
he could stay behind the camera, but
No
he's looking so good. He should
No
be in
one's
the
seen him yet.
I can see him.
Well, we yeah, he's very good at being the wrong side of the camera. So, I think maybe we'll just see what everyone's kind of deciding what answers they want to share in the last 5 minutes. Any other questions from anyone about the membership or anything else we want to share about the membership?
If someone was clever now, they could ask a question who, which one of us was telling the truth.
That's not about the membership,
Oh.
Deb.
Well, it kind of
So yeah, feel free to wave your hand or write a question in the comment box
or unmute yourself if you want to speak.
join in and share anything you've got. Or if there's no questions, Deb will probably have to waffle again for a while.
Oh, I'm no good at that.
Are you still getting answers, Andrew?
No, they stopped now.
I was going to say you've got about
Just
two,
working it out.
about 2 more minutes to
2
put in the
minutes.
answers for any of the.
Any of the
Oh, somebody else is having
competitions.
nibbles there. I think it's time to have a drink, everyone.
Oh
Oh, yeah,
yes.
cheers.
Drink
Come on,
some
fill me
nibbles.
glass
I
up.
know.
Third section. Want a bit of this?
Very nice. Chin chin.
So what else do we want to share then, guys, about the membership or about what's coming up? Or we've got about 1.5 minutes till the competitions close.
Oh,
And then
really?
we'll start announcing some winners.
The technical, no.
Yeah.
I think we're nearly there.
Nearly
So
there.
what else do we want to share? Anything in the last minute?
Ooh, I don't know what else is coming to us.
A whirlwind of an interview.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
it
class
has.
has gone
It's been
really
really-
quick, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Really
it has.
sped by, yeah. I hope it's not been boring, everybody.
What's
Lisa,
Lisa said?
Lisa Larry's just asked, when does the membership start? Well,
It's
officially
open now.
Now.
It's open. So the way it works is that you go and sign up on Teachable. Actually, maybe we'll put the link in the chat. I think I'm going to do that in a sec.
The
and you
technical
just-
man's face, if you can see it, it's amazing. He clearly hadn't been told that he was doing that. I'm going to put the link in the chat.
He knows the link now, doesn't he?
So yeah, we'll share the link in a moment, and you can just go and sign up. Maybe you might want to wait until the competition and winners have been announced.
How will it work with the, with people getting money off and things like that? How
Yeah.
will that
So
work?
what we'll do is
I have no idea the answer to that question, guys.
when we announce the winners, we'll then be in touch with them directly to let them know how to
Yeah.
access the membership.
Okay.
As per the-
And what about the offers that we've said that we're going to do? Can you make that? How can we make that work?
So the offers again, we'll send those out via email and let you know how you can access that for the prices that we're offering. That'll all be emailed afterwards rather than gabbling
Okay.
through nonsense like that tonight.
Okay.
So yeah, you just go to Teachable and sign up to the membership, and it's all there online, available right now. And then
So
it's
they
just
could
an
do the free.
ongoing thing.
They could do the free stuff and go in there and have a
Yeah.
look and do some free stuff
You can
now.
go and sign
if
up
you
straight
did
away for
want
the free
to-
stuff. If you want
Yeah,
to.
you can sign up for that. And then if you do want to become a full member, but you want to take advantage of one of the offers, then absolutely wait, until we've worked out how to do that.
Yeah.
Technical stuff's
I've
not my
just-
thing.
I think I just saw a question, someone asking what one of our names was, and that prompted me to say that when we started, what we should have done was introduced ourselves.
Oh, I think
Because
everyone
there might be
everyone
people
knows
here who don't know who we are. So, in case there's
Get
anyone
up,
out
get
there that
up.
doesn't
Oh,
know
I'm
who
not
Dare to be,
used to that.
we're so famous for no. I'm Becky.
I'm Deborah,
I'm Lucy.
And I'm Julie.
and we are the Dare to Be You team.
Hopefully that helps if you weren't aware of all of our names. Sorry
Oh,
about
so did that
sorry,
mean someone
we
could
should
have guessed? for the
Well, they made a
competition?
guess, but they just put the person next to Deb, I think. So we'll work out who you mean. So Andrew, can you type into the chat the thing, or do you want me to come to it? I'll come to it. I'll be off screen for a sec.
Oh, no! Beck's going to the technical
We've
side.
lost one of our legs.
It feels like we've lost a limb.
Yeah, I hope you've had some fun tonight, guys, because that is very much, what the Dare to Be You team, that is what we are very much about, because I know for so long in my life I hid and, was scared to do what I love. And one of the things that when we started this business, which was back in May last year, we started it full on properly in May last year. And that was absolutely me saying, that's it, I'm just going to do this full out. I'm just going to see what happens when you just spend all day, every day, doing what you absolutely love to do. And it was something I'd heard other people talk about and say was possible. And I'd always thought, that work and that kind of thing had to be something that you slogged at. And I had this dream to just be sharing principles all day, every day. And I just thought, hey, what would happen if I just did it? What would happen if I just thought, yeah, that's what I'm going to do? So I went all in, and Lou and Beck moved house and came to live with me. We now live together, the three of us live together in a farmhouse. Lou gave up her business, a successful business, and Beck gave up a very good job. And yeah, we just went all in. And Julie, bless her, was a really good friend of ours, and she'd had a huge insight herself, and she offered her services to the Dare to Be You team free of charge when we first started. And it was a really, really great, we've been sharing over the last few weeks, we've been doing mini webinars, because we really, when we did this, when we just jumped in and kind of went all in with what we were going to do, one of the things that I saw through massively was money thinking that I had. And I saw, oh, you were on camera then, Andrew.
And again, yeah.
I saw through a lot of my money thinking, and we just went fully for it to just don't do stuff you don't want to do. Do stuff that you love out in the world. And that's what we've been doing since April, May, forever it feels like. That's what we've been doing. And we are now paying Julie a wage, and things are going from strength to strength with what we're doing. And I just really, truly believe that human beings, we should do way more of what we love. We should be out in the world doing things we love to do. So.
Yeah.
And yeah, to doing what you love, do more of what you love.
Just
all
do
day,
it
every day.
Dare to do it. Dare to do it.
So the answers are in, guys.
Drum roll.
So my question to you guys is, how are we doing this in terms of the prizes?
Okay.
In what respect? What do you mean?
We
Who's
said
gonna
at the
have the 12
beginning that we were
months?
going to do 12 months, 6 months, and 3 months. Is that what we said? I think that's what we said.
I think that. Oh, I don't know.
Go on. What do you guys think? What do you guys on there think? Come on, some input. Do you think everybody should get 12 months free?
Obviously, that's what you think, Deb.
Oh, sorry. Oh, calm down.
So yeah, my
Input, guys. What was that? Yes, said Lisa.
Well, at least that.
Can we get super carried away and excited and give all of the winners 12 months free on a membership?
Nod your head if you think yes, guys.
Yay! Okay then, here we are. Are we ready?
Yes.
So the winner of our best dressed competition tonight is Karina.
Woo!
Thank you all for taking part. It's been really fun to see you all sitting there in your outfits. So Karina will be in touch with you about how you'll access your 12 months free. The winner for how many books we've sold.
Ooh.
The correct answer, I believe, Lucy, is
85.
and the person that got closest with 89 is Rachel.
But just when these guys all guessed earlier, one of you got it spot on.
One of the three of us.
Do you know who got it spot on?
June.
No, don't
Oh,
you know
Deb.
who put 85?
Was it me?
For 85.
I could
Deb was like, how did she know?
I'm gonna have 12 months free in the membership.
And after that, you're paying.
Yeah.
And then fun competition. Who was the one that ate the last potato skin tonight?
Oh.
The correct answer was Lucy. And so the one that guessed that
See, I like
correctly is Lisa Lowy.
She knows so well. Is that who else?
And then because we did a second one when we talked about the all girls school, the only person that got that right, who's going to win 12 months free, is Frederick.
Woo! I thought you said 2 people got the first one right.
Yeah, but that was Fred as well. He's not getting 2 years free.
So did you tell him who went to an all girls school?
No.
I don't know.
Did I say
Did
that?
she say the answer to the question? Did she
I might
tell
not
you
have done.
who was telling the truth about going to an all girls
No,
school?
I think I just said who got it right. Correct answer was
Me,
Deb.
I did. I went to an all girls
Deb
school.
is an all girls school.
Did you know that, Fred?
So can they sign
I
up
think
for
you
their free
just
membership tonight now? 'Cause
Yeah, so
That's
anyone can
absolutely
sign
brilliant.
up for the free membership tonight now if you want. I think I'll put the link in the chat, and then you can have a look round, and if you want to sign up for the paid membership, you can do that. And we'll send out an email tomorrow, probably what day? Thursday, as to what offers we're going to put out for anyone that's on the mailing list who haven't won the competition. And for those that have won, we will be in touch with how you access that for free. That's it. I think that's it. Does anyone want to ask any kind of questions or share anything else?
Has anyone got anything that they would like to share? You know, anything, any comments, any questions, anything? If anyone would like to put their hands up or unmute themselves or type something in the chat box, is there anything anyone would like to say?
Lisa. Lisa Lowy said, thank you. Can you pass out the peanut? I can try.
We haven't
Can you
figured out the
reach
connection
there?
between thought and passing physical things yet.
We can throw them to you.
Chris, you can't have. Oh, you don't know what a potato skin is.
Yeah, we educate you.
Is it like an English thing or
If
something?
you join the membership, you'll find out.
We'll have a membership bit about potato skins. It's I don't even know how to explain it. It's kind of a bit of the potato.
I think he knows what it is.
Scoop out and put a load of cheese in. I don't know. Maybe you don't. I don't know. Maybe you've never had potato skin. We'll send you a picture.
If you come over to England to visit, we will make you some potato skins. How about that, Chris?
There's a picture of potato skin in every course on the membership. You've got some editing to do.
Come over and visit us. It would be really great. Who was that? Somebody asked something.
I think that was Rachel calling us crackers.
Oh, you
Don't
think
know
we?
what she means.
Only with cheese.
Rachel!
Crackers.
I thought you were my friend.
Rachel, yeah, she knows how crackers we are. She's been on a retreat with us.
Don't tell anyone, Rachel.
It's our secret.
Is there anything else coming in? Oh yeah, Frederick.
It's just a comedy. Oh, I think he loves us, is what he was saying.
Oh, we love you too, Fred.
Fred has been one of our supporters, or one of my supporters, even when I was on my own, but for a long time. So I can't say thank you enough to you, Fred, for how much support and love you've shown me. So thank you very much. Yeah. It's been a really, really, really lovely evening. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves as much as we have. And we would love to see you on other things we do. Every Wednesday night we have a Lovely People webinar, which is totally free like this. It's online on the Zoom platform, exactly as you're here tonight. It is a different link. It's not the link that we have here, but it is always the same link week after week. So if ever you've been on a Lovely People webinar, you can use the link you've got. I put it all over Facebook. I send it out. If you do sign up to our membership, no, don't
Our
do
mailing
membership,
list.
mailing list. If you do sign up to our mailing list, I do send out, the link does go out on an email. So, you know, it would be great to have you on the Lovely People webinars. We have a conversation about what our guest is seeing around the principles. You're free to ask questions, join in the conversation and find out more. One of the things that really means the most to us is to get this understanding out into the world and get as many people doing what they love and loving what they do.
I think Chris is saying we're a blast, but I couldn't read what's the rest say, Andrew. We're a blast and what?
Looks like it would be too much fun to work a day to be you.
Oh, you can
It
never
is such
have
thing
too
as
much
too much
fun.
fun.
It's a lot of fun.
We do have a lot of fun. It's made such a difference in my life to just make the decision to do what I want to do. Yeah, we do.
Spoiler alert, we were talking with some of our conference speakers a couple of days ago and trying to come up with the best name and brand for our conference, and one of the phrases that came out was celebration of life, and that, I think that really captures our team and what we're up to here. That might not be what we end up going with, but I think
It was amazing.
definitely that's kind of
it just felt
summarises
so
what
good.
we do.
Yeah.
We celebrate life.
Don't wait till you're dead.
Live now. Wise words, thanks, Jim. So I think that's probably it, isn't it?
I think we're almost at time, aren't we? Yeah, it's been really, really, really super fun. Had a right laugh. So thank you so much for taking time out. I know how busy people are these days. So thank you. Really thank you for being here with us this evening, and I hope that we see you again at other things that we get up to. We're always up to loads of things. We've got many stuff going on. We've got the membership, we've got a retreat coming up.
We have to be hiding under a rock to miss us.
So yeah, you're all very, very welcome to kind of join in with anything we're doing. It's all about having fun. So thank you very much, everybody, for this evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care, everyone.
Have a lovely, lovely evening.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Love you all.